I would not legalize marijuana for medicinal purposes, and the reasons are straightforward. As I talk to people in my state and at the federal government level about marijuana and its role in society, they are convinced that the entryway into drug culture for our young people is marijuana. That marijuana is the starter drug, and that the idea of medical marijuana is designed to help get marijuana out of the public marketplace and ultimately lead to legalization of marijuana overall. And in my view, that's the wrong way to go. And I know other people have differing views. And if you'd like to get somebody who's in favor of marijuana, I know there are some on the Democratic side of the aisle that'll be happy to get in your campaign. But I'm opposed to it. And if you elect me president, you're not going to see legalized marijuana. I'm going to fight it tooth and nail.
Learn more about our priorities, medical marijuana. Basics. More than 70% of voters support the right of patients to use marijuana at the doctor's recommendation, including substantial majorities of Democrats, Republicans, and Independents. Although President Obama promised that he would not use Justice Department resources to circumvent state laws on medical marijuana, dangerous federally conducted raids occur across the country every day. So that's Obama's track record there on failing on all his promises. And Romney will fight medical marijuana tooth and nail. It's a gateway drug. The plant known as marijuana that gets people high and alleviates a lot of medical conditions, and doctors can attest to that, and many patients as well. Like that one guy that has like, I don't know, some rare thing, some kind of MS or something like that. He's in a wheelchair, he's wheelchair bound, and he asked the same question about medical marijuana to both Romney and Ron Paul. And I encourage you to go check that video out on YouTube. Just look up Romney versus Ron Paul on marijuana. You'll find that guy in his wheelchair trying to ask Romney a question. And he asks him, hey, have you tried that fake synthetic marijuana? And the guy's all, yeah, it made me throw up and puke. And even my doctor says real marijuana is the best thing for me. Well, we can't have marijuana, and we can't have, thanks to Commissioner Auslander and all these other guys, you know, we won't have marijuana. And we won't have hemp either. We're going to have to import that from Canada. They're going to have all the hemp, and we have to buy it from them. Go ask Patrick Henry. He'll tell you. He used to be in the town square listening to all the people complain about how we had to like send our tobacco from the colonies to England, then they had to ship it back from London back here before we could repurchase it. When you're my neighbor right down the street who wants that tobacco. Well, I'm sorry, my friend, you're going to have to wait till it gets to London and back. And I hope it stays fresh. We're not a parliament, okay? We're a republic with a Congress. And the president, he's not the commander-in-chief unless we're at war. But I suppose we're at endless war, so I guess he is the commander-in-chief. But he's not supposed to be. He's supposed to just be the president. And he's supposed to have a small government and pretty much just leave us the hell alone. So, why don't you do like Ron Paul says? Don't worry about marijuana laws, Romney. Just leave it to the states. Because I live here in California, where, just like Ron Paul's audit the Fed bill today, it overwhelmingly passes here that we want some medical marijuana because there's people out here that need it. Okay, pal? And why don't you go ask a doctor instead of worrying about your funky hippie neighbors in La Jolla, okay? But I go to Pacific Beach and Ocean Beach. And go on Google Maps right now, people, and you'll see that Romney is just chilling down there on the beach. And if he goes down a couple, few miles down to Ocean Beach, you can't walk around that beach, my friend, without smelling marijuana, okay? So why don't you just chill up there in fancy-ass La Jolla, Romney? And worry about fighting marijuana for suffering patients, and just keep fighting that tooth and nail with your Romney care. Make people pay for your fake medicine instead of just smoking something that grows out of the ground that God gave us, called marijuana. I'm DLAKE for PREZ. Should probably go smoke some marijuana right now. It will probably calm me down to smoke some marijuana right now, don't you think? I think it would chill me out, just relax me. Maybe I'll go to bed and have some nice dreams. I better not smoke any marijuana. It might lead to... It's a gateway. I'll be wanting to do LSD and all these other drugs immediately. But all these prescription drugs, they're certainly not a gateway to anything like suicide or homicide. You're pumping the soldiers up with all this stuff. What happened to Vietnam days when they just smoked a little reefer? And if they did any heroin, we gave them a hard time for that. Called them a junkie and, you know, get out of here, junkie. We're trying to smoke marijuana.